everybody, welcome to Homestead Living Alaska. If you are new to our channel, we are a family of 6. We've created a homestead from scratch with minimal money and a lot of hard work. We live completely off-grid on 160 acres. It is an agricultural piece of property, so we do have requirements we have to meet in a certain timeline, and we are working on getting those done. So today, what our chore is going to be taking these odd-sized shapes of firewood that have been sitting in a pile covered with tarps and moving them on the tractor behind me in the scoop to the splitter. If you've been following our channel, you know that we are a huge fan of birch, and most of these chunks of wood are pretty seasoned. You can tell by the checking here on the wood. That usually means it is nice and seasoned and ready to be burned. I don't think there's any spruce in here. It's just mainly birch. And again, it's just very odd sized chunks that will not fit well in our cabin wood stove. So we are going to take these to the splitter and get them to more manageable pieces, because it is starting to get cold at night, and we actually had a fire last night. So that is the first real chore that we have on our plate today. Come along and let's get these odd pieces of wood put into the bucket and split up. Alright, so we've got all this to load up in the tractor. We've got our first round going to the splitter area. Alright, so we are making good headway on moving our pile of odd bits and wood and odd shaped pieces of wood to our splitter. And we don't like to waste the wood, so a lot of times maybe people would, throw these in the burn piles, but we keep them. We're going to split them up and again use them for firewood. So we try not to waste. A lot of these chunks are from when Jeff is cutting wood. He cuts it at 16 inches, and maybe there's just a little left over on each side, so then he just cuts it up and throws that in a pile. So again, we don't want to waste it. We want to use what we can from our resources. All right, so the next chore is we have turned on the spigot there for our greenhouse garden. What we do is we fill up this water tank here. I think it's about 300-gallon water tank from our well. We let the water warm up a little bit, and then we let the water warm up because when you put on that super cold water on your little plants in the greenhouse, they don't like it. So we warm it up for them, then we turn on the spigot here. We have a hose. It is gravity fed. Take you down here all the way into the garden. All right, and Lily here has come up with an interesting contraption. You guys are gonna love this. Look at this. She connected a stick with some duct tape to the hose so she can get the corners of the greenhouse.
No, but
isn't that crafty?
It's meant for
kind of the far out to reach spots.
Yeah, so here, this would just drape.
Right.
And I could barely just like fit out.
Right.
With this.
There you go. It looks awesome. And it does the job, and that's what matters. She can get the corners all by herself here. So So we are also going to start watering the garden. It's one of our chores today. Very good. All right, so let's do a little garden tour. It is about July 26th, and Lily is watering our lovely beets here. So if we start in the corner here, we have these onions. They look like they're doing pretty good. And we've got our beets right here. I think these are the Detroit mediums. All right, and then if we keep going back, we come to our tomatoes, and what I've been surprised about this year is how tall they have gotten. I think that one there is about an inch away from the top. So I'm very pleased with how our tomatoes have been growing. And we've got some really nice green tomatoes here. Nothing so far is turning red or even yellow. It's just still very green tomatoes so far. What I have noticed is since Lily and I did do some trimming, the plants have seemed to get taller and the tomatoes maybe a little bit larger. So I think it definitely helped the tomatoes kind of channel their energy into the fruit just by pruning them back a little bit. All right, so we'll keep going down this side of the greenhouse garden, and next we come to our snow peas. And we have been snacking on these. The whole family will kind of come in here. I think Lily and I like them the most. So we'll come in here and just pick them right off the vine, which is great. Then over here we do have some cucumbers starting. I think we actually might get some little pickling cucumbers this year. That's exciting. And this actually did better than I thought, this cucumber plant. So it's starting to grow up the little trellis here. All right. And next we're going to pan over to the other side. And we've got more of our snow peas here, as well as some tomato plants behind these snow peas, which are doing great. Again, we trimmed up the bottom here on this side as well, and they're fruiting really, really nicely here. And we've got a little bit of lettuce and another cucumber plant there. All right, and then we move a little to the left there. We've got some more beets here. So we've got more onions growing between the beets, which is kind of nice. We just tried to use all of our space we had. And you can see a beet here. Let me see if I can't. So put my finger here so you can see. This is a nice size beet right here. And I think we're going to pull it tomorrow. Here's another one. I'll get in here so you guys can see. It's a nice size beet there. Put my fingers next to it here. Gorgeous. So pretty, the colors of the beet. Okay, so beets doing great. And along the back there, we did plant some onions too, but the beets are, I think, kind of crowding them out. Over here, we have our cabbages, which are doing very nice, in my opinion.
That's just your opinion, though. Alaska standard cabbage is like,
I know,
they should be
ginormous. Big. It's true. And we had a viewer or two actually recommend that we peel the outer leaves off of the cabbages, so we started doing that. Thank you so much. And guess what? The cabbages started getting better and better and better. So thank you to our viewers. You guys are smart and you're helping us garden. Thank you. Same thing over here. These were not making any sort of a ball in the middle. So I started taking the cabbage leaves off, and now they're actually starting to make a cabbage ball in the middle. So again, thank you, thank you. So I'm trying to keep these nice and pruned up and clean. All right, so this is, I'm kind of standing back. This is what the greenhouse garden looks like July 26th. Give you guys your tour from kind of a bird's eye view here. All right, on to our next chore. All right, guys, so Lily, Brady, and I have been working on that wood pile we are moving right behind me there. We've made a lot of progress, and now it is time to basically start raking up all the bits of wood so we can get it nice and cleaned off. So I was going to show you guys, Jeff and the boys have our rakes for today. So a great tool that we're going to use kind of as a makeshift rake is this mud rake here. It used to be blue last year. That's how much we have used it. And this is a great tool for even pulling snow off in the winter time off of buildings. This is probably one of my favorite tools to use. It can be a rake if you need it to be a rake, and also it can pull a lot of snow and be a great snow removal tool during the winter time, where if you watch our videos last winter, you will see that we use this tool a ton. And that is why there is literally no blue almost on this entire tool, because that's how much we use it. Probably $40 to $50, I think, at Lowe's. If you guys are thinking about living like we live and you want a tool to help you through the winter and even in the summer, this is a great tool. All right, so we are all done here. Just need to pick up our bit piles and put those in a burn pile. And next I will show you what the pile of our wood looks like. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so here is the pile of wood we have just got done moving. And again, as you guys see, it's all shapes and sizes because it's a lot of scrap wood, end pieces, stuff like that. So that's a pretty big log there. So the next step will be to just kind of split the logs that are splittable, and maybe even split some of the tinier disc-like pieces there, or not. Maybe keep some of those flat pieces there to just go in the fireplace, but I guess just get them to a more suitable size to put into our fireplace. So this will be quite a bit of work. All right, and then the next chore is going to be moving our snowblower more out of the way. This is kind of our lifeline in and out of our property through the winter, as we have to keep 3 miles of road snow plowed and blown so we can even get out of our cabin to go get groceries. So this is our lifeline here out in the winter time. And since Jeff is on a landscaping job, Brady is here on the tractor, and he will be moving this by himself to a better spot. So that's next on the chore list. right, and surprise, Lily is in the van. Our last chore of the day is to vacuum out our van because we have a busy week. And let me pan up to the sky. We have tomorrow a forecast of pouring rain. So what we're going to try and do is get this van all cleaned out for our week of dog walking, shopping, landscape jobs, and Lily has volunteered to clean the van. So we're going to wrap it up for the day. And one more thing, when Lily does clean the van, she has to connect up the shop vac to the extension cord to the generator because we are off grid.
Alright guys, we'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.
Bye! Thanks for watching, everybody!